House and Daniel House.
That's
right.
it. Thank you.
I know Michael
Right,
House.
And Tom House. Remember Tom House?
I remember
The
Tom
baseball
House.
guy?
He's the guy who caught Hank Aaron's home run.
Hey, shout out to the great Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
Saw you on TV tonight.
I know Minnie. Oh, that's Mouse.
Henry Aaron's looking great.
He is good. He's awesome.
122 to 90 is the final score. You see
You like that joke.
the points in the paint. Houston averaging 33 points in the paint, last in the league. They go for 62.
Come on, because you let the guy run into the lane.
And only
Full
one
speed.
game this season did they have more than that. They had 64 one night in December, but they had 62
But, Ernie, you can
tonight.
just-
All right, well, let's talk about that.
It's impossible.
Well, let's just say this. Okay, let me make my first point. That defense ain't going to work. When you just let a guy go right. Like, you can shade a guy, but you can't let – so this is what I'm thinking. Their game plan was to take James off the three-point line, but the problem is every time Rudy Gobert come to help, Capella got a dunk.
A lob.
Yeah, so you can't do both. You can force him right, but you can't let Gobert be the guy who comes up, because that just open up more lobs.
What they should, Kenny mentioned this earlier, what they should do, just play him straight up. If he goes left, he goes left. He goes right, he goes right. Because what's going to happen is he's going to play with the ball a lot like he usually does. He's going to keep everybody else out of rhythm. If you just stand up there, let him ride, the defense come, he's kicking out to other people. And that's why they have balanced scoring.
Yeah, that was really good what you just said.
You're basically
normally
telling
just say, I want to just get the ball to the big
But he won't do that because the big man is Clint Capella. Go ahead.
I mean,
good
you're
point.
asking the MVP. You're saying, okay, he's the MVP of the league, and he can't go right. Like, that's impossible. He's the MVP of the NBA, and you're giving him a half-court runway to the basket. So it's really like a fast break. So it's like going right in a fast break situation. Any NBA player would relish that. Now, you give that to the MVP, he's going to take. I remember, I know early in the season, I believe Milwaukee tried it, and they had some success. But he had 46, I think, or something like that, the night that Milwaukee tried it. It doesn't work for him. It makes the game easier. Double teams make the game harder for people, and straight-up hard defense makes it. But when you try to gimmick a great player, we're not fronting Shaq the whole game. He's going to just start pushing. He would have pushed Akeem further out to the lane, and he would have started dunking it every time. We're not saying, oh, we're not going to let Charles Barkley spin baseline. Like, no, then he'd jump hook you right all day. It's like they're the MVPs of the league for a reason. You can't do that. That's third grade. That's like a fourth grade basketball player.
So
he can't go left.
Quinn Snyder's a good defensive mind, and he has a good defensive team in Utah.
He doesn't need to do anything else. Because they're great.
What do you
go back to what you do?
The great thing about the NBA, we talk about it a lot during college where they don't make any adjustments. They're going to have a different game plan by game two. I mean, that's first of all, when you play a 7-game series, from game 1 to game 5, 6, and 7, we make 3, 4, 5 more subtle adjustments, Kenny?
Yes.
They're going to make adjustments. Now, that's what's going to be interesting, what they decide to do.
I have a question for the panel. We all know James can get 50, 60. Would you rather him get 60 and the other guys not be involved, or would you rather help on him and letting them keep kicking out the guys for threes?
I don't want them to get involved.
See, first of all,
So you want him to get 60 every night?
I don't want them to be involved.
I think,
Yes.
first of all, Shaq, yes, because two things. Number one, I think they get really stagnant offensively, and then James going to shoot 10 step-back threes. And that shot's unguardable, but he might, if you go back and look, he's had some bad nights. But the way they're playing tonight, that's not going to work. But I'd rather James and stop everybody else from getting their numbers. They had a balanced attack tonight because they get so stagnant offensively. I think that hurt them at times.
Short time ago, Mike D'Antoni was asked about Utah's approach to guarding James.
Mike, they used that force James Harden right strategy and kind of trying to take away that step back. How have you guys improved on that game plan since the Milwaukee game, and especially from James' point of view, too?
You know, to be honest with you, it's not that we improved. Probably we've seen it a little bit more often now, and James just adjusts to it. It's like he does with everything. They throw something at him. It might get him a little bit, and then he just figures it out, and they don't get him on it anymore. And that's why he's so good offensively. I mean, it makes me smile. It makes me laugh. I mean, he's just so good. I don't know what you do. No, he could have a bad game, and they'll contribute to something. No, it's sometimes humans have bad games, and you're not stopping him. I don't care what you do.
And to go into what you were, that's going in what you were asking. Shaq, when if you this was you, because you've been double team, triple team, both of you guys. How do you feel? How do you think James Harden feels today after this game? Do you feel exhausted, tired?
No, not at all.
Not at all. So when you make him take 30, 40 shots, you start wearing him down through the series. And that's your only hope, that he's not as efficient as the series goes on by taking that volume of shots. And then you're also getting guys who may have been in a rhythm in game 4 and 5 that's not in a rhythm. But you're not going to beat the Rockets in one game 4. You're not going to sweep the Rockets. So you have to hope for a long series to wear him down. But if you don't do that and you allow him to, he's going out tonight. He's going to go out, have dinner, go with his friends. They're going to have some good time because he's not exhausted after a performance like that.
Well, all starters in double figures for Houston, by the way, and they shoot 51% in the game. Go ahead.
But the point I want to make was, if somebody else said before the game, James Harden's going to be 11 for 26, only really have 29 points, you says, wow, he wouldn't have made an impact on the game. But because he had the other 10 assists and got everybody in rhythm, that's why that defense is not going to work. If he go 11 for 26 and they play mano-mano and he go only 4 for 10 from 3, that's a great night defensively on James.
122-90 is the final. The Rockets take game 1 over the Utah Jazz. Twitter still very much alive at this hour.
Yes,
I was. Charles, you did pick the Jazz in 6.
It's just one. I didn't say Jazz in 1.
Yeah, I don't understand why. It's only one game. Okay.
When he doesn't know who Jeremy. We'll have to introduce you to Jeremy.
No, we don't.
You've probably
No, we don't.
spoken to him and not knowing who he was.